theme this evening was standing up to hatred, and through that we were commemorating the Holocaust. And I would want to say that it's through an awareness of history that we learn lessons and hopefully actively promote the disappearance of discrimination in our society, and help to ensure that our young people are reflective and think for themselves, and if they hear of something or somebody doing something that they shouldn't be doing, to stand up to that hatred and to fight against it.
The last 5 years, young people in primary schools and secondary schools have been working with teachers and staff within schools and youth centres to develop initiatives to commemorate the Holocaust and to put across a very important historical message within schools, particularly modern studies departments where it's part of the curriculum. Because we're commemorating something that happened 60 years ago, there is a correlation between that and what's happening in modern day throughout the world, and to be aware that in their own studying of politics or history at school, that they have some understanding of the whole message.
It's really important to have events. Obviously this evening is all about the Holocaust, and it's extremely important for young people to have a different avenue to express on the past and what's going on in the present events. It's really important to showcase the work that people are doing.
As I was reminded this morning by my 6-year head girl, in an address she gave to a 4th year assembly, he who doesn't remember history will run the risk of living through it again. And I think the memorials such as this remind us that the tragedies of the past can be reenacted unless we are all conscious of passing on the messages to our young people. And tonight I think, demonstrated that the message of standing up to hatred is something which children the length and breadth of Lanarkshire are certainly getting.
In October 2008 we visited Auschwitz in Poland as part of a Learning from Auschwitz programme. We visited the 2 concentration camps and we were there for the day, and we got a tour from one of the local guides, and we visited both camps and went around the barracks, seeing how the prisoners would have lived, and it had a great impact on what we felt.
Very harrowing visit to Auschwitz. I think you cannot imagine the feeling you have when you walk through the gates at Auschwitz, and to try and relate that to the thousands, the hundreds of thousands of people who went through those gates and didn't come back out. I think those people I visited with from Stonelaw felt very upset. Some of the images and some of the discussions that took place within the camp about the lives of many Jewish people.
Prior to going to Auschwitz, my knowledge ended when I knew of the type of people and the nationalities that were killed there. Obviously I knew what had happened in Auschwitz and what Adolf Hitler had actually did, but getting that experience to go and represent my school, I felt honoured and very proud.
We have to teach people nowadays that if you discriminate and you prejudice, then anything like this could happen again. It's very important that we get the message across not to do these things to prevent something like this happening.
We had 5 learning zones that we moved around over 3 afternoons. The first activity was imaginative writing.
I think it's very important that we remember the Holocaust. I think it's important that we remember the events that led to the Holocaust and the lessons that we learned from it, because although it happened 60 years ago, it's still very relevant in the world today.
I think it's very important that kids know what happened, because there was kids as young as us and younger, to as young as 3, that actually experienced the Holocaust, and I think it is very important to let everyone know what actually went on and what these people went through.
We demonstrate the gospel values of patience and kindness and tolerance to all. But I think more importantly, what's important, which was demonstrated this evening, was that we are a school where everyone in the school works together towards common goals. There are certain things in schools now which are fundamentally important in every corner of the school. And I think tonight, by the collaboration between all the departments towards a common goal of raising the profile and the importance of the theme of hatred, is something which was demonstrated very graphically this evening. And that's something which I think typifies the ethos of the school that John Ovey is.
The children's reaction to it was one of horror, but also one of hope, because they are our future. And by raising awareness of the Holocaust, the children learn how it can be avoided, and when they grow up, hopefully they will take on the lessons of the Holocaust.
Well, I think education over the years has changed, and we now know that children learn much more through an active pursuit of learning. This evening's event was all about showcasing and allowing other people to see the range of activities that come into place to allow children to learn. And I think the strength and the passion of what those children had learned shone through tonight.
Your displays, presentations, reflections and musical contributions have demonstrated your awareness of the horrors of the past and your hope for a future free from discrimination and intolerance.
I think everybody who came this evening was absolutely overwhelmed by the range, the depth and the sophistication of so many of the presentations and the stalls, ranging from the primary 3 children who I think hit the nail on the head right at the very beginning of the evening, and reminding us of the importance of valuing each other as individuals. And I think that theme was picked up across stalls and presentations from all the children this evening. I'm exceedingly proud, not just of the pupils from John Ogilvie, but being part of South Lanarkshire Council and part of this, what I regard to be a very important initiative, which I hope will be repeated in future years.